The Los Angeles Rams had an offseason that started by losing one of the greatest defensive players in league history after Aaron Donald retired. Many people underlooked the rest of the Rams offseason after that. The Rams last season had a very good year compared to what a lot of people were expecting. With Donald retiring, it did provide the Rams with additional cap space to upgrade their roster, but it is impossible to replace arguably the best defensive lineman of this modern era. The Rams strengthened both their offense and defense. They acquired Jonah Jackson from the Detroit Lions in free agency. With this signing, they secured a quality left guard, and now they're allowing Steve Avila to move to center. There is significant optimism that Avila could soon become one of the NFC's top centers. Additionally, Snead re-signed standout guard Kevin Dotson. Dotson has excelled for LA since his trade to Hollywood in August 2023. He's playing at an all-pro level, allowing only 4 sacks in a dominant season. Bringing back a player of his caliber was a top priority for the Rams, and the front office was fortunate to secure his return. After a disastrous 2022 season where the Rams O-line struggled, strengthening the trenches was crucial. While there might be concerns that LA overspent on the offensive line, reinforcing the line is always a wise move. Acquiring Jackson, a former Pro Bowl player, signals that the Rams are committed to dominating opposing teams at the line of scrimmage. Prioritizing the offensive line in any way possible is never a bad strategy. On the defensive side, they needed more talent after the departure of defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. Los Angeles upgraded its secondary by adding safety Cameron Curl and cornerbacks Tre'Davious White and Darius Williams. With the secondary and offensive line addressed, the 2024 NFL Draft allowed the Rams to focus on their defensive front. As expected, Snead used a first-round pick on edge rusher Jared Verse, a quality candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year. He also traded up in the second round to select defensive lineman Braden Fisk. Snead once again demonstrated why he's one of the best NFL general managers, even without making a blockbuster trade for an all-pro defensive player. With the performance the team displayed last season and the new additions on both sides of the ball, the Rams are well positioned to make further progress in 2024. The Rams made some key additions to both sides of the ball, which is exactly what you need for this team. They're going in the right direction and keep making the right additions to do so. Last season, we saw this Rams team emerge as a top offense in the NFL, so they want to make sure going into next season they continue to improve this offense. They took an approach in this year's draft to do what they can to improve this defense, especially with the departure of Aaron Donald. The Rams opted for a safe and logical draft strategy fitting for their current position need. They reinforced their defensive line, picked up a quality running back, and addressed the need for a safety within the top 100 picks. The Rams entered the 2024 NFL Draft with a first-round pick and acquired one of the top edge rushers, Jared Verse, marking their first-round selection in 8 years. That was when they selected Jared Goff. They made a total of 10 picks in the draft, expecting most of them to contribute significantly in their rookie year. Starting with 11 picks, tied for the most this season, the Rams concluded their draft with 10 selections that they all felt confident about. Sean McVay emphasized the mental toughness of all 10 selections coming into the draft. Defense was clearly the Rams' priority. Their first 2 picks set the tone with 2 Florida State players. In total, the Rams picked 5 defensive players, including safety Cameron Kinchins from Miami, edge rusher Brennan Jackson from Washington State, and defensive tackle Tyler Davis from Clemson. On offense, the Rams added Michigan's Blake Corum, one of the top running backs in the class, to complement Kyron Williams, who had a breakout year. Corum is expected to be an effective backup. A very important yet underrated addition for the Rams was kicker Joshua Carty from Stanford. I know a kicker's not the most exciting addition to a team, but the Rams struggled with an NFL-high 16 missed kicks in 2023, including 6 misses from the 40 to 49 yards and 5 missed extra points. The combination of both kickers for LA was the league's worst, so LA is counting on Carty for much needed support. The Rams addressed their key needs and now look forward for their rookies making their mark this upcoming season. The Rams have one of the best defensive ends in the entire draft with their first-round selection, Jared Verse. However, Verse won't be filling in Aaron Donald's shoes directly. Unlike Donald, who dominated by blowing through interior double teams, Verse excels on the edge. He was a force for the Seminoles, acquiring 29 sacks over his last 2 seasons in Tallahassee. As a dynamic athlete, the Florida State product combines power and quickness to excel on the edge. His quick first step gives him an edge against slower tackles, while his strength can overpower blockers. He's also strong against the run, capable of controlling blocks effectively. Verse's journey wasn't easy. Originally a 0-star recruit out of high school where he played as a tight end and pass rusher, he started his college career at Albany focusing on defense. Over 3 years and 15 games at Albany, he showcased enough potential to become a sought-after transfer in 2022, where he eventually chose chose FSU. During his 2 years with the Seminoles, Verse recorded 18 sacks, 29 tackles for loss, 18 tackles, 3 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble. He earned first-team All-ACC honors twice and was a first-team All-American in 2023. Although his final collegiate season didn't expect projected height, Verse's talent is expected to translate well at the pro level. Verse wins with his quick first step and can overpower tackles on the edge. He's one of the most productive edge rushers in the 2024 class and still has potential for growth even at 24. His speed to power combination gives him a natural advantage on the edge, and his quickness in tight spaces makes him disruptive if he moves inside on passing down. Versus explosiveness and power should make him an immediate impact player as a rookie. If he performs like the 2014 Defensive Rookie of the Year Aaron Donald, Rams fans will be thrilled with this pick. It's challenging for defensive linemen and edge rushers to stand out during OTAs since players aren't wearing pads until training camp. Despite this, rookies Jared Verse and Brandon Fitz have already caught the coaching staff's attention. As the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on them with significant pressure on both of them to perform well in their rookie season. The Los Angeles Rams picked Florida State defensive tackle Braden Fisk with the number 39th pick in the second round of the NFL draft. The Rams traded up to number 39 by sending the Carolina Panthers the number 52nd pick, the 155th pick, and a 2025 second round pick. A lot of people were saying the Rams gave up way too much for him. Fisk began his career at Western Michigan before transferring to the Seminoles for 1 season, where he recorded 43 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. This is expected to start immediately due to a gap at this position. Alongside Turner, the Rams' defensive line will consist of rookies or second-year players, with outside linebacker Byron Young on the edge opposite of Jared Verse. Although Aaron Donald is irreplaceable, the combination of Fisk and Verse, who had a strong partnership in college, could provide this defensive line with a whole new identity. LA needed another pass rusher to complement standout second-year linebacker Byron Young. Defensive coordinator Chris Shula praised the new outside linebacker earlier in the week, highlighting the energy and passion Verse brings to practice. Young, along with Defensive Rookie of the Year nominee Kobe Turner, and the combination of Verse, Fisk, and Bobby Brown III aim to form a solid group in 2024. Although the Rams pass rush improved last season, they still ranked in the bottom 10 for total sacks with 41. Young believes Verse is a great pick for Los Angeles, noting his hunger and leadership qualities, which could be crucial for a young defense under a first-year coordinator. It remains to be seen if Verse practice performance will translate to games, but if it does, the Rams could end up with 2 talented young edge rushers on rookie deals. This scenario could help the team's Super Bowl window open sooner than later. The Rams made many key moves this offseason that made this team a whole lot stronger when you look at what they were able to accomplish last season. Matthew Stafford was able to lead this team along with the other weapons that stepped up a ton. We saw Puka Nacua have one of the best rookie wide receiver years in NFL history and expect him to continue to progress as a top receiver in this league. If you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Rams video or any video at all. Comment down below what you're looking forward to. Leave a like, and I'll see y'all in the next one.